Okay,
We are live. We are live? We are live.
Are we? I think we are.
This is Soundbooth Theater Live! And the show is starting. We have to go through Donkey Kong Country.
Is the music playing?
Yeah. Yep. We're going through Donkey Kong Country now.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Donkey Kong, barrel explodes, bananas everywhere.
oh gosh.
Is that actually a line from Donkey Kong, or did you just do that?
That's not what, it's not a line from Donkey Kong, but that's what happens.
Oh, yes.
Barrels explode and
Agreed.
that's so weird.
It
bananas go everywhere.
It sounds like a tagline.
This is weird.
Well, welcome everyone to the show. So happy to see you guys. Robin Thrush, Scott Kidder has been impatiently waiting this entire time. So thank you so much for being so impatient with us. Really appreciate that. And yeah, I'm excited for today's show because I really enjoyed the movie that we were supposed to review. I'm looking forward to hearing what everybody else has to say about it.
Well, Robin Thrush is a bird.
Robin Thrush is a bird. Of course he is.
Yeah.
I'm here for the reviews.
He's like crossbred bird. Benjamin Wagner's here. Good to see you. And Cheryl Hutchison. Did you Z that, Sin?
Oh, hey, Mike.
Mike is here. And so, yeah, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Okay, before we get started on anything else, we got some news. I think we have news. First bit of news. We still have the Dungeon Crawler Carl audio immersion tunnel, and people are continuing to buy the pre-orders. We're getting closer and closer to having episodes 2 and 3 finished. Lots of dialogue editing still due for episode 3, but I think, have you started sound effects for it already?
No,
Okay.
but it's all like marked, and it's on
all
the
marked up?
assembly. It's on the assembly line. It's just...
Good. We've been refining our process more and more for these cinematics, and I think we're gonna be able to do them faster and better the more we put them out.
Stronger.
What's really interesting to me is looking back on what we've been doing, looking back on production on these cinematic audios, which used to be called deep dives, which used to be called audio dramas, which used to be called audiobooks with a bunch of sound effects and music jammed in there.
Make up our mind eventually. Hey, Carl.
What's really great about them is about our process and how it's evolved is that we just kind of started going, and we never really had like a standard to look at. We never really, none of the audio dramas, or at least there weren't enough audio dramas that I listened to that established a standard for me, at least in production, and we kind of just have been figuring things out. And we are where we are just through that. And that's pretty crazy. That's pretty, I'm impressed with it. It may be us, right? And I may be tooting our own horn a little bit, but just looking back and looking at what we've had to work with and our evolution from the get-go, it's been pretty intense and a very steep ramp up as far as the quality. So yeah, it's very appropriate that Dungeon Crawler Carl is kind of in the position that it's in. It's like we've had almost 3 years of the platform being around and us making pure cinematic audio stuff. And we're just better than ever. And we're being better than ever on our best property, and everything's just falling into place in such a perfect way. So, yeah, kudos, Ahmed, for being such an awesome part of that journey.
You too, man. You guys, we're a team. We work hard.
We are a team, but Ahmed, you're taking on a lot more as far as sound effects stuff. and you're doing a lot
Look at him,
more
he's
like
being so
directing.
modest.
No, I mean
Right?
it. I mean it. No, we're a team. Like particularly this episode, this next episode, a lot of the sound effects are done by Rich. So
Right.
we're making a shift in everybody's. I'm mixing and mastering. I'm gonna make sure that thing sounds as good as I can make it, and I'm gonna annoy as many audiobook listeners as I can along the way. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. My intention is
No, it's-
ultimately to entertain and to try to be emotional and create an environment, and sometimes I feel like we were talking about this earlier too. Sometimes I feel like it's hard to hit the mark for everybody, but
Right.
but I'm very proud of what we do.
Yeah, me too. I think your team's awesome, and like, I'm so happy with Rich's evolution for sure.
Yeah.
He's really learned quickly, and he's turning out a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, no,
So-
I was going through it today. It's absolutely great. You're gonna
So,
love scene one.
So that brings us to the piece of news, which is we do have a DNA sample from Rich. We are developing a cloning device in the basement of my house. So we're starting a
Your
factory.
house has a basement?
Mitchard.
Yes.
We're making
Okay, so it's not
Mitchard
the
is
karaoke
the
place
first
at your
one.
mom's.
Mitchard is the first one. So his eyes aren't looking in the same direction at the moment, so we're trying to tweak things a little bit with the formula. I think
But if he
I
gets
think
too-
Nichard is
just-
going to be actually the first one that's functional.
consumable by the general public.
But yeah, we're building our sound effects engineer army, and we learned a lot from Star Wars. It's been a journey, and yeah, I just can't wait. I can't wait.
Speaking
for us
of,
to
I
really
was like
start to
talking.
mess.
We never resolved this, but I wanted to play music, Star Wars music, over the reading.
Oh right.
But I don't know what's gonna happen. Are we gonna?
You'll
are they
get
just gonna? Because
flagged.
if it's Star Wars, are they just gonna take us? They're gonna stop the stream.
I mean, how
Do
many
you-
Star
do you
how
know-
many
Star
videos
Wars,
are out there
stop
have
the
Star
stream.
Wars
Do
music?
you
on
know
it, though?
that when you
That's a good
guys were
point.
showing that anime stuff, a couple,
Yeah, they freaked
a couple,
out.
Okay, so yeah, my video got taken down.
Yeah. Whew.
Because I appealed it, it got taken down. I filed a counter notification. YouTube refused to send the counter notification. I got on chat with a live person, and then they sent the notification, and now my video is finally back up.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I wonder how many actual humans were involved in that process.
A lot of times it's an automatic flag that the system does, and then when you appeal it, then I think it goes to a human to look at, and they'll either look at it and be like, okay, we'll release it, or they don't give a crap and they're going to deny everything. So
I'm kind of tired of YouTube's attitude, which is like they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want
Yeah.
to be like, oh well, we're not actually publishers. It's not our responsibility what people put up. But then they regulate the dumbest shit.
and they're also not supposed to decide what constitutes fair use, but they do take it upon themselves to decide when they say we're not going to forward your counter notification. That's not their determination to make. Oh, and also, while they don't let everybody advertise anymore, they used to be you have 100 subs you could advertise because Arturo used to be able to monetize his videos. They've taken that away, but they will still put ads on people's videos that they don't let that channel be monetized. It's just, it's really aggravating.
It's entirely hypocritical, and I don't know. I'm sick of it. And I just wish there were a company out there that was actually, free reign. Like, you do what you want to do. And of course, like, I think that there needs to be regulation for porn and shit on that kind of stuff. But I think it's pretty fucking clear what porn is. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty fucking clear. So, I don't know. I don't know what the actual solution is, but I miss when YouTube was cool. Now it's just okay. But anyway, Robin Thrush says, we have so many fights on our channel with Star Wars music in the background. We're not big enough to be monetized, though, and Lucasfilm doesn't let us make money anyway. We're not monetized.
Yeah. Hang on. Do you guys hear this? This Star Wars music?
No.
No.
Okay, never mind. I found some royalty-free Star Wars.
Royalty free. No, actually, our news is Everybody Loves Large Chests, Volume 10 has begun narration. I started narrating yesterday. Uh-oh. What was that?
Ooh,
Oh,
did that
was that crazy? That was crazy, right?
that was. What did you do?
I'm tinkering. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
Okay, he's tinkering.
I'll stop.
I started narrating yesterday. The cold read is up for yesterday and today. Tomorrow morning, I start narrating. I wanted to start at 10, but I think it's going to have to be 11 o'clock a.m. Guys, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, you can see me narrating live. I'm putting in at least 3 hours tomorrow. Might be able to put in 4 hours because we canceled a 3 o'clock appointment. Or a 3 o'clock meeting for tomorrow. So I think I can just narrate, which sounds amazing to me. It feels like forever since I've narrated a lot in one day.
time.
So, and Everybody Loves Large Chests is just so comfortable for me to narrate in. I'm using my natural voice as the narrator. I'm so familiar with all the characters. It's just easy. So it's going to be very nice to just plow through this entire book. I'll be done by next week. Tomorrow might be my last cold read for the book.
Just 3 days worth of cold reads?
Yeah, just 3 days because it's a short book.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
maybe
that's
90.
right.
It's
You
maybe
were
90
saying-
something thousand words. Yeah.
You were saying it was short.
Yep.
Well, it's like a two-parter. It's like
I don't think so.
cliffhanger? Something, right?
I don't think so. So I think it's just short. I think it's just a short arc. But volume 11's already out on Kindle. By the way, guys, if you have been dying to know what Boxy's up to and you can't wait for the audio, you can check out volumes 10 and 11 on Kindle now on Amazon. We have to catch up. I want to get started narrating volume 11 as soon as I can, but I have a bunch of Aethon stuff to do between now and then, and another Sarah King, and another Harmon Cooper, and then I'm doing some major Aethon stuff beginning of next year. We'll talk to you guys more about that once I have the script and I'm reading through it. In Puerto Rico, that's where I'm going to read it.
Oh, over the New Year's?
Yeah, over the New Year's. I'm gonna stay in Puerto Rico for a little bit, like a few weeks.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah.
A few weeks?
I need it. I need the
Do it.
time. I need the time.
Okay, that just surprised me. Where
it.
are you staying? And it's funny. So you're going. So Aurelie and Javier might be there also during that time because
Really?
because his family's in Puerto Rico and his birthday is
Oh.
on the 31st. So I think they're planning to go down there for the New Year's and Christmas holidays. So I don't know how long they'll be there, but I bet you're staying in San Juan, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Eh,
Party.
of course.
New Year's, right? But hey, after
New
Justin
Year's
leaves, I haven't booked anything, any hotels or anything after Justin leaves. So I might find an Airbnb that
Okay.
is actually further inland or not. No, I want to be by the beach for sure. But that's not San Juan.
San Juan.
San Juan.
Well, you'll know by the time you get back.
Well, so there's other areas. Obviously, there's other areas all over Puerto Rico. So Javier's family is down south. They're on the other end. They're in Ponce, and there's
Okay.
they're close to the beach too.
Okay. Maybe I'll never leave Puerto Rico. I don't have a return ticket yet. Return
You talked
flight.
about wanting to go down to Puerto Rico because they don't have an income tax, right?
Yeah, that's correct. I do not have federal income tax, which is the greatest moral achievement anyone could possibly have, is that they don't pay federal income tax. That's like there's no more beautiful thing.
Given
to
that
not
the
pay
federal
the
income
federal
tax was supposed to be temporary to begin with,
Right.
They just
This tax
never
is
got 'em.
temporary. When is that
Never happens.
ever the case?
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, cold raids are coming out on our platform probably next week. I need to get everything
Oh yeah, I gotta
uploaded.
get the webpage started for that.
Yep.
Ready and all that stuff.
But everything else, we're pretty not much else in the news besides today's theme for our cinema event is anthropomorphism, because Shadow Agency is out and it's available for pre-order. It is a book by M.A. Carlson, narrated by Zachary Johnson, backed up by myself and by Emma Kate Starling. I got to play the big bad in it, and it was so satisfying. M.A. Carlson wrote a fantastic villain. So yeah, go check it out on Audible. Shadow Agency. It's a lit RPG, but it's kind of Redwall style, where we got like all anthropomorphized animals as characters. I believe the main character is a badger. And personally, there it is. Personally, I am playing the bad guy, who is he's a baboon.
Baboon.
Yeah. So yeah, go pick that up on pre-order. I believe, when does it release?
Comes out-
October 12th.
Yes, I was getting ready to say.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess we can and also we have a new poll. It's a new location, right? It's actually on our YouTube channel. What is the winner of that poll? The
This
Star Wars
week,
thing?
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
is the I thought the Star Wars thing was something it was a given. We were definitely going to do it anyway. But
No. I think we decided to throw it in for the running of the
Okay.
first like poll that we put.
okay,
up.
but it still won.
It won. Yeah.
It
It was
won.
actually it was a tight race, and there were a lot of votes.
Nice.
I wanna
Can we
show
take
it
a
to
look
you.
at it? I haven't even
Yeah,
looked at. I'm
I'm
so
in the wrong
negligent.
place. I'm trying to get to the community. I'm worse. I'm trying to get to the community tab here, and I'm in the wrong account. Nice work. All right. Nope.
You gotta go to. Oh, that's right. You're on your account.
No, I switched already to the account, but I'm such a noob.
There we go. All right,
Um,
6,910 subscribers. That's pretty damn good, guys.
So,
I
yeah,
feel
so
like we've
here's-
doubled our subscribers this year.
Here's the community
Bet
tab.
you have.
At 68 votes. The Central PA Jedi Sith Alliance script Rise of Darkness won at 54%. Over
Gotcha.
46%. A Few Good Men You Can't Handle the Truth. This was a tight race,
Oh,
people.
That was tight.
It was very
Okay.
at 68 votes, yeah. But
Okay.
I think it did the thing, which is good. And we
All right,
already
so-
have one entry for the next poll, which you guys will see when I post the next community post.
All right, cool. So we need to be, I guess, right after this stream. When do the polls go up?
Usually, I post so you get a week for entries in the comments, and then
Okay.
a week to send in your entries, and then I'll start the poll in a week, probably by next Wednesday. I put up the actual poll with all of the entries that were sent to us. So send us entries, And
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be. It's not a it's not a duopoly. We can have as many contenders as you like, So if we get 5 entries, then 5 go up.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so whenever
I'm still not showing you the right page, Derp.
you're not.
No, here we go. This is the right.
Here we go.
I was doing my
Okay.
presentation. I thought you guys were watching it. See, 68 votes and 54%.
Got it.
And there's the 46.
Okay, so I guess we should be posting that on our Facebook, saying to people, "Hey guys, just a reminder, our poll is now on YouTube. Come give us, come give us suggestions. We'll do the same thing in Discord. But today it is the Central Pennsylvania Jedi Sith Alliance show. Rise of
Script.
Darkness. Okay.
Yeah, Rise of Darkness.
So we'll be doing that, and I don't know, maybe just we'll see if we have a little bit more time after that. We've been pretty chill lately, just doing kind of our movie reviews and like one or two things to actually narrate. But I think we need to kind of get into more of a narrating rhythm, get more stuff from the poll. I don't know, get more. Maybe I need to start thinking about things I want to narrate more, and just presenting those things.
Well, that's something we haven't done is enter our own polls, poll items. We've never done that, but maybe we can start putting those in as well as options. Or for weeks, dry weeks, we could, we could just throw our own poll and see what people want to hear, and then you could pick readings that you'd like to try out.
Is there a place for people to just make comments in general here on YouTube on our channel?
No, comments are on the video. On either the video or the community post.
Leave comments, guys. The chat is cool, but like the comments is where your shit's gonna be more permanent, and we'll like be able to look back at it. If you guys have any ideas of what you'd like to see us do in this show, love to see your ideas. Love to see what you guys have to say. But what do you guys want to do? You want to do the poll first, or you want to get into the cinema?
Oh no, let's do this.
You always spring it on.
Did I?
I saw that one coming.
I was very kind about that one. I
was going to say, like, whatever you guys want to do.
Watership Down. First of all, I was very confused about the title.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I saw the raft and I was like, "Oh, this is the watership." That's
it's a location.
And then it didn't. And then they got in a boat, and I was like, "Oh, this is the watership that's gonna go down." and it doesn't. And then I'm like left wondering, like, clearly it's lost in the writing. Like the book is probably
it's
like,
a location. It's
where
they were going to.
Yep.
Oh,
so a down is actually another term for a hill, I think.
That's so backwards. Freaking Brits, man.
Yeah, I know. Man.
Down is an up.
A down is I don't fucking understand it either. But yeah, so our assignment was to watch the 1978 animation, which is what is being displayed right now. But I also got very curious and watched the Netflix version. I watched all 4 episodes, almost an hour apiece. And it was not as good. But it was still good. It was still good.
So by not as good, what was it that made it not as
Animation not as good?
Are you serious? Really?
Well,
yeah.
the other one's like a painting, and this feels very, the edges of the CGI are a little too sharp, and it makes it look a little fake, right? Like it's not quite the level that you would hope for something like this, right? Like it.
Yeah.
They just when I looked at it, it just looks like not a good video game, right? Or an old video game.
How did the voice acting compare?
The voice acting was, I would say, equal. Really great performances in this one, but just not as. Oh yeah, Peter Capaldi as Kahar. Yeah, it is an incredible cast. It really is.
Olivia Colman.
But it still wasn't as endearing to me. The performances weren't as endearing as the 78 version. So let's go back to talk about the 78 version. I absolutely loved it. The animation to me was amazing. And remember, it's in 1978, and it's not Disney. It's not one of the big companies. And it actually reminds me more of what's the studio? It reminded me more of like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Yeah,
you know,
The Hobbit. Those ones from the 70s.
What's
too.
his name?
Rankin Bass.
Rankin Bass thing.
Yeah. It definitely reminded me more of that. And I don't know, man. I was enchanted the entire time. And actually, one thing that I would like to say that's most important out of the entire viewing experience is people were way overstating how dark this story is.
Yes.
This seems to
Agreed.
me like a normal human drama in a rabbit warren.
So maybe
you know?
if maybe people that say that maybe they were children when they saw it, and maybe that's why they had that.
Could be.
Because I could imagine if you're a very young child, if I had seen this as a very young child, it probably would have traumatized me a little bit because of all the blood in it.
Yeah, I mean, look at how cute those bunnies are. You know.
But yeah, I was expecting for it to just be something
The contrast.
hugely oppressive, and it wasn't. Like
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
like,
also
oh,
I was
this
sort of
is-
waiting
this
for the
is
other
it?
shoe to drop. I was waiting
Yeah,
for the
me
other shoe to drop
too.
as well. I think that's
Yeah.
all bracing for something, but
yeah.
but I still, it reminded me of an older time, you know, and I feel like it says a lot of things fearlessly that nowadays you wouldn't hear.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
wonder about the newer version now.
Yeah.
In
The newer
regards to
version.
the dialogue and how sharp it is, or like how real it is, you know.
Yeah, the newer version. Well, I don't want to keep making this a comparison between the two. I feel like this should rather be bonus. But I felt like the newer version was trying to press a message. It's trying to put, like.
Of course
like-
they were.
And not. It wasn't too bad.
Okay.
But it was like, oh, by the way, humans suck.
Yeah. Okay.
While obviously all the wildlife is behaving just as poorly, but like they wanted to emphasize how bad humans are the entire time. Not the entire time. I'm
But you mean
overstating
they
it.
pressed that whole
Yeah.
side of it more.
Whereas-
They were like this is the relevant thing. This is what we should focus on.
Right, but
Rather
this
than-
1978 version was much more hands-off in that way. It was much more, look, this is just, hey, just enjoy the story about these characters. And I didn't feel like it was saying, anything one way or the other. It was just kind of, it felt more like, what if rabbits had the same in-depth social experience that humans do? Right? It felt like a thought experiment rather than a message. So, I don't know. I don't know where to begin with this. Someone else pick it up, especially since I feel like you guys didn't like it as much.
Okay. So, number one, I'm glad it wasn't as dark as I thought it was going to be, because I didn't want to be feeling all morose and down in the dumps about it. But I wasn't as impressed with it as I thought I would be. And I don't know if that was because I've been so spoiled by animation like The Secret of Nim, which came a few years after this, which was done by Don Bluth. But the animation felt so, I don't know, it didn't do much for me. And also, I was getting the doggone rabbits confused. I was confused as to who was who.
No, it's
Because
interesting. That
so
didn't
many
happen.
of them looked the
Yeah, me
same. I
neither.
could
They did
like
similar, but the voices, right?
it was that
voices-
helped some. But then I was forgetting their names, and some of them would stick with me. Okay, I thought this was mostly going to be a movie about the seer rabbit, the one that had the visions. But this seemed like this was
Fiver.
mostly a movie. Yeah, Fiver. I kept wanting to say Fievel. Except
Fiverr, Hazel, Bigwig.
this
Who's
was
the one
more a
with the
movie
chewed up-
about Hazel, the brother. I feel like.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was definitely more about Hazel.
Yeah, but also like it.
The one with the bent ear there is Captain.
Oh, the one, the defector. 'cause he
Paul,
has a blue
not
eyes.
Holly.
Holly, Captain
Holly,
Captain
yeah.
Holly. Yeah.
Captain Holly and Blackberry.
No, Blackberry
Cowlick,
had the
Cowlick.
black thing.
B.
That might be Cowlick.
I went and forgot something.
No,
Then there was
cow
a cow slip.
Cow slip.
Cow slip.
Cow slip.
Yeah, they had these names. And Hazel, I kept thinking was supposed to be a girl, but no, it was a guy.
Because of the name Hazel.
I didn't know Hazel was a guy name.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the voice acting was okay, but it didn't give me like I didn't feel a lot of emotion from it like I did with the movie The Secret of Nim.
Okay.
I just felt like they were standing there reading into a microphone. Most of them felt that way to me, and they're all fine actors. John Hurt is a good actor. And did you notice that the dude from the Indiana Jones movies also was in there? Denholm was it Denholm? What's his name? Denholm Elliott, the guy who played Marcus. I think his name is Marcus. You know, the bumbling sidekick that was in Raiders and also Last Crusade.
Yeah, Cowslip. Denholm Elliott.
Denholm Elliott, yeah.
He totally turned out to be Cowslip.
Yeah, I forgot whose voice. I forgot who Cowslip was now. I was getting some of the characters mixed up. There was a lot
okay.
of that.
I watch it with the subtitles, so
I did too.
I
that
think
YouTube
that makes
video.
Well, that
way
YouTube
easier.
video, there's no way to turn them off.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point. It was supposedly enhanced as well. I don't know if anybody made a comparison.
Enhanced.
Yeah, like it was frames were added or whatever. It was like
I
it was
don't.
upscaled.
I don't know.
It was very nice on the TV.
So it's basically just a journey movie. I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be about something bad coming to them, and instead it was about their journey to try to find a better, safer location, and the adventures that they got into along the way. I watched it. It went by more quickly than I expected it to, but I did find my attention wandering sometimes.
Yeah, it's a movie from a different time. I think back in the day it was probably like groundbreaking. It's like it looks like Disney, but it's it's like a war movie, or whatever. I could see that. The other thing I noticed is the editing. It was a little weird and rushed for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what creates the confusion. Any confusion is because they kind of jump from thing to thing, but for the most part it told a story. It was a little clunky.
It wasn't awful. I didn't.
But it was.
Love
I agree. It was enchanting. That happened, and I believe it was because of the music. I think the music played a huge role in making it feel wishy-washy and dreamy. It was Mickey Mousing almost the whole time. Music was rushing in and orchestration and moving with the characters, and there was never a moment where it wasn't like influencing the moment. And I feel like that's part of what makes it made it so lovely, despite like all these voices. Like the recording quality was of that age. I don't think it was actually very good even for then, because that was the 70s, so I feel like they could have gotten better, but it's like Sin said.
Well, to me it was clear that it was a low budget film.
Yes, I think that's what I was getting at. Like Sin noticed the lack of intention in the recording, and I think that sometimes is pointing to the fact that there was only but so much money in the budget, only so many takes. You can only get it but so perfect, and so that could have been a reason why it felt a little cheaper. The art was a little rushed. There were some frames missing, but what was nice, what I really appreciated, it's in the Spider-Verse movie too, where they paint these beautiful watercolor images, and then they put these like nice animations in the middle of them, and yet while the animations seem a little out of place because they're not perfectly set in the watercolor, the watercolor's nice. All the images of the countryside are nice. It's pretty. It's striking. It's nice.
It's almost peaceful and warm fuzzy like, even though there's all this violence that happens in different parts.
There's a contrast, but at the same time, also it's the personification of like these societies, and I think it's a reflection of their time as well, and World War II, and I don't know.
Yeah.
So. Okay, in answer to David's question, the reason I keep comparing it to Secret of Nim is because, for one thing, Secret of Nim came up as a potential watch for this week. and also because Secret of Nim followed just a few years after, and it was about anthropomorphized animals as well, and so that's a connection that I'm making in my head when I'm comparing them because of that reason. But so I looked up some stuff about this movie because I had thought that this movie was supposed to like have some deep messaging. Like I thought that the original story that this movie
I was waiting
came from,
for deep messaging, but
and and apparently not really. I mean, maybe you could read some messaging in it, but do you know the origin of how this story came to be? Because the book came out a few years before the movie did.
How many years do you know?
Like I think 72 or 74.
Okay.
Something
I
like
don't know.
that.
It
So
reminds me of like
Not
Lord of
72,
the
74
Rings or
years,
something.
but in
no,
1972
like
or
yes,
1974.
exactly. Yeah, a handful of years before the movie. So this is interesting. Oh, number one, I noticed Art Garfunkel had a song in there. So
Yep.
Bright
Yep.
Eyes.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
You know what's
And-
really weird is I watched an episode of Black Mirror like right after, and it had the Bright Eyes song in it too, which was like
Really?
weird coincidence.
That
That's
is
a
really
beautiful
weird.
song.
Yeah.
It's
It was a
beautiful
nice song, and he has a lovely voice. This movie, I read that it was the 6th most popular film at the UK box office that year, so it did very well. And so the source of all of these was that basically the author, his name is Richard Adams, it was just little tales that he would tell his daughters on long car rides. He just made it up as they drove along.
Yeah, it's a
And
Lord
so
of the
his
Rings.
his daughters he like started telling the story of the rabbits, and he said he was just improvising it off the top of his head while they were driving along, and the daughters ended up insisting that he write it down, and he said that they were very persistent about it. So he wrote it down, and he started writing it in the evenings, and it took him about 18 months. And then he tried to shop it around, and it was rejected 7 times by publishers before it was finally published. And then, of course, it did well enough to be made into a doggone movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think that's beautiful.
I like the
To be
Black
isn't
honest.
that
Rabbit.
yeah, that's a cool.
I like the idea of the
origin
Black
story.
Rabbit. I like the idea of Frith, and I was expecting some kind of way for it to wrap back around into that, but it never did. It kind of just unraveled. Well, he went back to, he became
the Black Rabbit,
he became the Black, which is just,
which
he
means
became a
they
ghost
died.
or whatever.
Yeah.
But it does have that kind of Lord of the Ringsy kind of
Yes, I was
lore
thinking.
in the front of it that felt like it was going to go a different way, but then it kind of
I
went
thought it
this-
was going to go deeper
Yeah, agreed.
than it
Yeah.
did.
That
And
same-
it does feel like Lord of the Rings / Hobbit animation that I remembered watching
Yeah.
as a kid.
So, what did you guys think of the more surreal bits of this? There was that one. There's the song, right?
Well,
Is that where this is? That
This
is
is
this
the
where the song
beginning.
was?
this is the
This was the beginning. No, I don't think so. I don't think this is the beginning. The beginning's awesome as well. By the way, that completely different
told
style
the
of
history.
animation, with the myth, the
the
rabbit
wheel.
mythology,
Oh, it's
right?
beautiful.
It's really great.
I think my favorite is when all the image of all the rabbits getting suffocated.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god,
where you
dude.
see them all like turning into a cluster because they're all just they can't breathe, and it's so haunting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that scene right there stressed me out when that guy got the thing was choking him.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was very stressful.
I
Also,
was I was getting a little stressed because I'm
Yeah.
asthmatic, and anytime there's a scene where someone can't breathe, I find myself getting a
yeah,
little,
and they got him
tighten the
out,
throat.
and it wasn't enough. And
I thought he was gonna die, but he didn't.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought the same about Hazel when the shotgun went off.
Yeah.
Zero. So Zero from what is he from? He's from the producers, right? The guy who plays the bird,
Yeah.
the actor from Zero Mostel.
Yeah.
Kahar.
Oh,
Kahar was my favorite part of the movie.
that dumb
Kahar?
bird,
Was my least favorite part of the movie.
Really?
stupid
Yes.
bird.
Okay. All right. Tell me more.
I did not like Zero's performance. He sounded like an underdeveloped Dom DeLuise.
You reminded me a little bit of Dom DeLuise.
No,
and
but
Dom
an
played a bird
underdeveloped
too.
Dom
Yeah.
DeLuise would have been funny. Yeah, I feel like they
Yeah.
copied it. They copied it.
Well,
like
they
the bird
didn't
that's
because
later.
he can't. Oh, you feel like Dom DeLuise's character was copied from
Yeah,
this
the
one?
bird and everything. Like somebody
Okay.
saw this, and I feel like they're
Yeah.
they're really close, bizarrely close. But
Yeah.
they're just stand. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, he was very clunky. His lines felt improvised in the worst way. Like he took. I'm just gonna take away like words, and I'm just gonna say it how I want. And he was trying. I felt like maybe it was funny, but I didn't. Like
Okay.
maybe it was funny back in maybe people got a chuckle in the audience back in the day watching it. But I found his performance to be a little hacky and kind of like.
What about
Yeah,
you, Sin?
He was kind of annoying to me.
You thought you didn't like him either?
I wasn't crazy about him.
You might like him
like,
better in.
It's just like, oh, of course he's gonna be this dumb bumbling thing, and everything depends on him. And he does end up coming through in the end, which was
Yeah.
good. But it was like, oh, God.
Yeah, but his motivations were never clear. It was
You might
really
like him a
weird.
lot better in the new one,
Oh,
because
okay.
it's Peter Capaldi, and definitely just does not play him in any way the same. Like
Okay,
it's
so-
yeah.
Now I've never read the book, so I don't know how
I haven't either.
condensed this movie is. So I was wondering.
It felt very
I
fast.
guess if I had read the book, I would know the answer to this. But I was wondering if the Netflix adaptation follows the book more completely, or if they just filled in stuff.
That's a good question. I don't know. But for me, I felt like whatever was added was unnecessary.
Okay.
I
mean,
felt
'cause
like
4
the
hours,
composition.
that's
Yeah,
quite-
I feel like the composition of the 1978 version is just fine. Like
Yeah,
I
and-
like the pacing. I like that. I didn't come away from the movie feeling like there was anything missing from the story.
Right. No, I didn't feel like that either. I felt
And
like it.
For
it
the
was
Netflix
fine.
show, there were times when I was like, I'm gonna go get something to drink. I'm gonna, you know what? I forgot to do something.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. I really liked that character. And I liked the surreal elements. I really liked the violence in this movie too, which the Netflix version totally fails on.
How so? Like, what did they do?
It's just all of the action animation is just fucking awful. It's just not effective. There's nothing in the Netflix version that the original movie does also that is as effective.
Sorry, I got a little bit sidetracked by Dee's comment. Did you see what he said?
Oh,
Dee?
cool.
Huh? Yeah, I gave him one of our stickers.
Nice.
You know, and
Well, thank you, D Movie Man. Shout out to Sin for providing me with free downloads of The Legend of Zero and Syndicate Legacy. Yeah, I hope you enjoy those. I really enjoy the Legend of Zero series. I don't know much about Syndicate Legacy, but goddamn.
the Syndicate Legacy books were fun. I really enjoyed.
You like
working
those?
on them. Yes.
Okay.
I did.
So what this movie does well is like the drama. I think the high points of this movie are much higher than the Netflix. Netflix, you know, there's certain things about it that I enjoy. If nothing is moving, the Netflix version is really beautiful. If like you're just looking at still frames, but the animation is the graphics are good. The animation is not. That's the problem with the Netflix version.
It does look a little. So the clips that we were seeing of that, and this is when did it come out? The Netflix
2
ones.
years ago, maybe.
The animation should be better.
2018. Okay, longer
Yeah.
ago than I thought.
And
Feels like the
absolutely should be
animation should
better.
be better.
Well, once
than
again,
what it
it's
looks like
low
here.
budget again.
It is low budget. Yeah.
Again.
But
But
see-
somehow they've spent all their money on
But
the voice
look,
acting.
it's got high ratings. Almost
It's
as-
not a bad movie. It's not a bad show. Like I said, I liked it too. It's just not as good as the movie. There's more characters. There's more romance. There's just more of everything.
So was there any reason for 5? Because that was the other thing. I was waiting for there to be some kind of reason for Fiverr's ability to know
They never explained that.
danger was coming.
No.
But it just, once again, it was just rolled into all this like kind of drama that just kind of made its way around, and then like
It was just
and then
the
he
weird
died,
one
and then
that
Hazel
he was
died.
a seer. Yeah,
And then they fast forwarded like years later, and ended it.
they never showed what happened to what's his name? Fiverr. Yeah. Fiverr.
Yeah, no, I think they showed a shot of them like in a circle, like the family had been living prosperously for years after.
But I
that.
guess
and
Hazel,
then he just died. He passed. Hazel.
Well, that
like,
was
got
Hazel.
old and passed.
And I guess we assume the same thing happened to his brother. They don't really show that, do they?
To Fiverr?
I don't remember knowing what happened to him.
I don't think it's really explicit.
Okay.
It's really just, okay, this is the main character, and he's, spoiler alert, everybody, he just kind of decides to peace out.
Well, he's
life,
like, his time is done. He's old.
Yep.
It's like, it's even the god Frith. I loved the idea of, he made all these animals, and they were ungrateful, and then he made some of them predators, and they ate the others, but then he made the rabbits swift and and cunning, and like I felt like they never paid that off either. Like that they were. I mean, they were cunning in their and what what happened to them, and but at the same time they never really put a focus on that again. It seemed like to be a very important point that
that
they were somehow different or unique.
Terrible.
Yeah.
That animation looks like
look at this.
something in Blender.
It's the BBC. This is what you get from the BBC these days.
Yeah, I toyed with. I was curious to see the Netflix one, but I didn't watch Watership Down until Monday, so then I didn't have time. But I thought, well, I
had the same experience.
Yeah, I would like to go and maybe watch the. I just wish I had done it before this live stream.
Yeah, no, my curiosity is not going to go beyond like this show. I don't think I'm going to go back for it. I'm okay. I got it.
Are you guys curious to read the book?
Yeah, I'm a little bit curious to read the book, but I don't know how long it is.
I wonder if they. Well, I'll check. I wonder if they did an audiobook of it.
To me, it seems like a given that they would.
Let me check.
Here, you
So
check on the book.
They did.
Okay.
And the paperback is
narrated by Peter Capaldi.
Oh, so the paperback is this book is huge. It's 476 pages.
Really?
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah,
so,
it says 17 hours, 31 minutes.
Dang crap. So
there
all
was a
right,
lot
then they
that's
must
left out,
have done this audio book. They must have done this audio book after, like when the Netflix thing came out. This says this is book 1
Does
of
it
2.
show? Does it show the publication date?
It took away the audiobook. Hold on. Let me force it to yes, 2019.
Okay, so
May
yeah, it came
7th.
out after Netflix, after the Netflix
By
version.
Blackstone. So, this is classified as book 1 of 2.
What?
So it's a 2-book series. Oh, okay. They have
Tales from
Oh, that's
Watership
right. I remember
okay.
like later,
Simon Vance narrated that
he
one.
He did like a Tales from Watership Down, which was I can't remember exactly what that one was. But
Oh, he narrated.
By the way, Simon Vance is one of the best narrators ever.
Is he the one that narrated the first Dune? Did he do all the books?
Probably.
I loved the narrator of the first Dune. He's an English guy.
shoot.
Yeah. Yep.
Simon Vance, you said.
Can we hear a sample of the Peter Capaldi narration?
You pull it up, Ahmed?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Ahmed,
Does it
Ahmed.
play?
Passage in Watership Down,
Oh.
in which the rabbits raid Nuthanger Farm. We became great friends and used to go for walks together in the country. We also went together on a cruise ship through the Antarctic. An account of this was published in our book voyage through the Antarctic. Watership Down is a real place, like all the places in the
So
book.
Oh, that's
it's
the forward.
Yeah, this is the forward. But hey, that's awesome that Peter Capaldi narrated it. I kind of want it now. But
Tell us a
Yeah.
story, Dandelion.
Yeah, that's him.
That's
That's
Simon
him. Oh my God, his voice. When he does
I
these.
don't know
When he
if
does Dune, he does the way he like pronounces stuff. Oh, it's so.
Simon
I don't know if
Vance is
It's an
one of the
old
best
book
ever.
too. It's an old
Anything
book.
that he's done.
You know what's funny is I met Simon Vance at an early in my career, at some kind of narrator conference. I think it might have been like the big one, whatever the big one is that I can't even remember what it's called anymore.
Must have not made an impression on you. But can't remember it.
No, it was fun. It was a good convention. I met him. I'm pretty sure he really dislikes me.
What?
Simon Vance. I just got this vibe. I just got this vibe from him
Aw.
that he just like, because he has seen me on Facebook before. I'm pretty sure he thinks I'm a prick.
How old?
Oh no, quiz that's how
so this latest one just came out in June.
Yeah.
So how old is he? I'm
Oh
wondering
God,
if-
he's got to be in his 70s or something.
Oh,
He's a
I
fucking
Oh, okay,
OG.
we're gonna look him up. now.
Okay.
He's amazing.
I'm
He's
trying to
such a
remember
good
if I've ever
narrator.
heard anything that he's
There he is.
narrated.
Oh, he's not that old.
Maybe
Oh wait,
he's
actually, this
60s?
picture's old. No,
Yeah.
it's deceiving. Look at him. Look at here. He looks like it's like 2001.
That's 2001.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I mean no. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant. I meant David Bowman. he goes from here to here. It's like he gets so much older.
He's 67. Okay, so not quite 70.
All right.
Oh,
He's
sight.
he's
That's sexy.
amazing. He's amazing.
I guess so.
I love
that
his
makes
stuff.
sense, right? He does
Wait.
Game of Thrones.
No.
Wait, he did?
No,
No way.
no. Wait.
That can't be right.
Wait.
Unless he
so-
picked up one of the books.
Yeah, okay.
There,
If I
there's
remember-
actually, there is one
was
book in the
something.
series that someone else did,
And I
other than
think-
Roy Dotrice.
But I think they went back and he did it.
These
I
are his
think the
favorite
original
projects,
narrator-
including Alan Moore. Jeez.
Okay. Oh, you think I see Crazy Diamond? I loved Jim Dale's narration of Harry Potter, so I'm not sure if
Yeah,
you
me
mean the British, the UK version. Stephen Fry did that, and I was not impressed with his performance. Jim Dale just knocked it out of the park.
Yes,
For
Stephen
me.
Fry does Hitchhiker's Guide. Great, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but it was cool meeting him anyway.
Even though you secretly
Even though I'm
though
pretty
you
sure he
think
thinks
that
I'm a prick.
You're a prick.
secretly
Okay.
think he hates you.
You know what, Jeff? You might be totally wrong about that.
I hope so. I hope so.
Oh yeah, Jim Dale
I've been
definitely
watching
set the
you.
bar. He's amazing. I mean,
Jim Dale's great.
Harry Potter. I know I was listening to audiobooks before Harry Potter, but Harry Potter is like one of my first very clear memories of being absolutely addicted to audiobooks.
Yeah.
So addicted.
Yeah. He is
Harry Potter.
he is
You
an
know, he-
addicting narrator to listen to.
He got a Grammy for, I think it was for Order of the Phoenix.
wow.
I think he got a Grammy, and I think he also like set some sort of record for the most unique voices created in one story.
I think Roy Dotrice, I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah,
the Game of Thrones guy, also has some kind of record like that.
Okay.
But I actually tried to listen to the Game of Thrones ones, and I wasn't into
I
it.
did listen to it, and I had decided at the time that the show was better because the show took some of the best elements and just kind of compressed it down.
Mm-hmm.
And then no more books have come out since the 5th book, and then the show tanked and burned.
Yeah.
And I refuse to return to the books, even if Martin ever gets his butt in gear and finishes the series. I don't think I'm going to finish listening to it.
But I mean, what did you think of the narration though?
I thought the narration was fine.
Okay.
I didn't have any issues, but those books are so long.
Mm-hmm.
They're so long.
Yeah. I definitely am gonna pick them up at some point. I've been on a. Oh wait, let's get back to Watership Down. Okay, so 7.5. That's me.
Okay. I was thinking about what I was going to rate it.
7.
7.
was-
Oh, I thought you didn't like it as much. Okay.
I was going to go like 6 or 6.5.
No, I love the music and I loved the animation. There was a lot to like, but I definitely know I was mesmerized by it as I watched it. But when I think back on it, I'm like, oh, okay.
I think what kept me engaged most of the time was I had this expectation of something that was, like we were already talking about.
Yeah, I think that,
something that would like the hammer's going to drop, something horrific.
But what I
and
got was fine,
Yeah,
There's a story
didn't
about some
hate it.
rabbits going
Yeah.
through a migration,
Exactly.
going
I
through some
didn't hate it.
change, There was a war, there was an internal war. It was nice.
I didn't hate it. I just didn't love it like I love Secret of Nim.
See, the thing
Yeah,
about the
well-
No, I keep
the-
comparing it to
yeah.
that.
The thing about the flaws in this movie, for me, because it was clear that it was so low budget, when I know that something is low budget, I'm always put in mind of, okay, what difficulties do they have to overcome here? And I take that into consideration
Was
when I
it
think
really
about the
low
flaws.
budget? Do we know that
pretty
it was
sure.
low budget?
I don't know. The animation was it
But
felt like
that might just have been maybe a product of the times. I mean, the
I mean,
Hobbit and
yeah.
Lord of the Rings animations aren't great either, from what I recall.
When I'm saying low budget,
but
I
were
mean
those-
they
those
couldn't
weren't
hire
high
those
budget
giant
either.
studios. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I don't know. Let's take. Is there a way for us to look that up? The budget.
but yeah, I think isn't it in here? They're gonna make me they're gonna charge me to find the budget or something. I don't know. Production. Yeah. See. it's
That's
gonna
so
be-
interesting, Crazy Diamond, that you
think
mentioned
so,
your
yeah.
favorite narrators. We have done some work with the son of those two, Henry Kramer.
That's true.
No, I don't know that we can get. I guess we'd have to look somewhere else to get the data, right?
Sin, is that something you can find?
Watership Down budget?
Yeah, 1978, make sure.
1978.
I'll talk to the chat for a second.
Probably on Wikipedia. Hold on.
2.4 million box office. 3.5 million.
I mean, a $2.4 million budget in 1978 is still not very big.
Wait, that was the budget or the box office?
That was
draw?
the budget.
Yeah, but it only made 3.5 at the box office. 2.4 million? I would think that would be quite a lot for just an animation with voice acting.
No, because the animation, I mean, takes.
Okay,
it,
I'm
you know.
gonna look up. Okay, I'm gonna look up Secret of Nim budget.
I'm gonna guess Secret of Nim is like 10 to 12.
Let me see. Okay, Secret of Nim budget was 6.3 to 7,
6.3. Wow.
and it made 14.7 at the box office.
Yeah.
So it was about 3 times as expensive to make it.
So yeah, and here's the thing. If I were to give a number rating for Secret of Nim, it'd be like 9.5. So I mean, still, this is.
Wait,
This
are we gonna
is-
watch Secret of Nim next?
I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. It's just too. It's too good. It's too
too
good. There's no
perfect.
reason. There's no
love that
reason to
movie.
review a movie that's that perfect. But yeah, I really enjoy it. Highly recommend it to anybody. Don't, my opinion, don't waste your time with the Netflix version. It doesn't add enough to make it worth an extra 2.5 hours of your time. There's some things that are nice about it. The cast is great. I mean, it's just full. It's completely chock full of amazing actors. So that part maybe is worth seeing, but none of the violence is effective in any way. It's really disappointing, like compared to this version where you're just like, oh.
It didn't hold.
You know?
To me, it didn't hold back too much on the blood, even though, like I said, I was expecting
There is zero blood.
more. In the Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
0.
I refuse to watch Secret of Nim 2, Robin. Yeah, I will not be doing that. And D, I posted an answer to your question. It's Chirp Books, CHIRP.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Next movie. So I will be in New York.
That's why you're going to Rhode Island on a train, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. This will be like just a few days before the Rhode Island trip. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Shadow Agency will have come out by then.
Okay.
And then also the upcoming Tales short. Those are the only things. Well, and Eternal Dominion is live now.
Is going on sale. So, harem movies. Is that even a thing?
Yeah,
I'm sure it is.
Go to Pornhub.
no, anime is easier, but
Right, yeah, we could watch a harem anime.
Yeah, what's?
I mean, do we want to do harem? Do we want to do something else anthropomorphized animals?
No, I
Or
think
do we want to do something in the vein of Sarah King with Furies and Sphinxes?
Furies and Sphinxes.
The Fury of the Sphinx is the one that's coming out on the next Tales. I mean, I can't. Those are the only.
When I think of Sphinxes in movies, I think of the Never-Ending Story.
This Sphinx is like a black creature with claws and big black eyes and sharp teeth.
We could watch Gods of Egypt.
It's not that kind of Sphinx, though. That's the thing.
I was kidding. That movie's awful.
Let's see. Oh boy, Crazy Diamond says, "Can you guys chime in on this? What do you think about the Wheel of Time situation with two narrators not pronouncing them the same all the time?" Yeah, not cool. Why?
That would be something. Yeah, that would. No,
I've not listened. I'm reading that book, by the way. I'm currently reading The Wheel of Time, book 1. But anyway, wait, we'll get back to that in a second. Next movie. I don't mind doing another anthropomorphized animals movie.
Okay, I guess we just have to figure out what one, because we're refusing to do Secret of NIMH because it's too perfect.
It's too perfect.
So
no point in.
What about The Last Unicorn?
Oh, I really used to watch that thing.
The Last Unicorn.
Oh,
what was really
gosh.
striking was the skeleton with the wine.
I don't know if I've seen that.
He kept drinking.
That was
and
also like a
going
70s or 80s, right?
Yeah. Last Unicorn.
Cheryl, I'll get back to you after we decide what movie is next.
Gosh, I'm doing a search for the best anthropomorphic films. Okay, well, Guardians of the Galaxy is out. Well, there's
3,
Zootopia.
yeah.
We talked about that. There's Over the Hedge. That's a fun movie. I love that movie.
Over the Hedge?
Oh, I love that movie so much. Yeah, it's got okay. Over the Hedge is fun, and I especially like one of the songs. And William
I've not
Shatner. Have you guys never seen Over the Hedge?
No.
Y'all.
No, I've never seen Over the.
It's
Pull it
got,
up, Ahmed.
I love this movie.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm looking.
Oh, you should do an SBT version of Dragonlance. Of course we should. I would love to do that. Oh, what is this? So when did this come out?
Like 2006. I can't believe you guys never heard of it. Rockin' the Suburbs. They did this song called Rockin' the Suburbs. And then it's this whole thing about living in the suburbs. And William Shatner goes on there and talks about how he's taking anger management classes. I don't know. I love this movie. It was fun to me. I loved it.
Okay. So that's an option. Over the Hedge. Someone said Chicken Run.
Chicken Run, yeah.
Gary Show.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille, I've seen
That's
that
a
one.
really, really good movie.
I've seen it once. And
I
know
kind of want to
it's-
go like a little bit more in theme, though. You know, like, it's these are anthropomorphized animals, but like Shadow Agency is like a fantasy, right?
Okay.
I think Watership Down
Animal
actually
Farm?
was a. No, not this one. It might be good even, but like, so in Shadow Agency and Redwall, it's like they have clothes on. You know, it actually Secret of NIMH would be closer in theme than Watership Down because it's like animal civilization, right?
Jeez, crap. Sorry. Arturo came home. Tifa hates Arturo.
That motherfucker!
Yes! She absolutely hates him. I don't know what the hell her problem is.
They're not really animals, though. So.
Yeah, this is not correct.
Okay. You know what? Hold
What
on. I'm going to
about,
mute myself while
Meet
she's
the
screaming.
Feebles?
Okay.
Meet the Feebles.
Meet the Feebles?
Sin will love that.
Have you seen this movie, Sin?
I love this guide to the films of Peter Jackson and New Zealand landscapes, and right next to Meet the Feebles is hilarious to me.
Yeah, this movie is
Is not rated.
it's not rated. It's fucked up, and I love it. It's
Meet
totally
the Feebles.
ridiculous.
That's funny. Yeah, that Carl's like, "Hi, Arturo." Yeah. Oh my gosh, stop it. No, I've never heard of Meet the Feebles. What is it even about?
Peter Jackson.
It's about
Oh.
a really messed up troupe of actors, and
they're all animals.
they're all animals.
Okay.
But it's really real in like an awful way.
Yeah, I love it. Oh yeah,
Someone mentioned
that's right.
Charlotte's Web. Oh gosh. This movie looks awful.
It's amazing.
It is awful.
I love it. What were the other options that we discussed last time? Right. American Tail.
American Tail.
And
Oh,
both-
Rango. We'd also talked about
And
Rango.
Rango.
I've never seen Rango.
Rango would maybe fit the best.
I've never seen Rango. So I admit to a bias in favor of that one. Just because
Isn't it that he's the
Of
only
Johnny
one that wears
Depp.
a shirt, or they all wear clothes? I don't remember.
They all wear
Rango?
they all wear
They all
clothes.
wear
yeah.
They all wear a shirt. Oh yeah, I see. They're like Mexican.
And when this big huge bird comes up on him, there's just this scene where he just
See, look,
starts-
this is 200011, and it looks way better than.
Yeah, it
Watership.
does. It does,
Like,
doesn't
in
it?
every way.
Yeah.
Very
In
simple.
every single way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look up what the production budget was for
The Netflix
the
Watership Down.
Netflix one.
Seems weird though, because Netflix.
I bet you it's 60 million.
They'd be getting their budget.
I bet you Rango was 50 million.
Let me look it up. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna find out.
Sin's gonna find out.
I am. Oh,
I never bothered to look at this cast, but it's like,
It's a good cast.
yeah.
the Rango. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh! How much did you say you thought the production budget for this was?
50
for Rango?
million. 50.
No.
What was it?
135 million.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It made 245 at the box office.
It does look really good, so I'm not surprised.
There just that one scene that I saw of Johnny Depp when he's like saying something and this big huge bird comes up and he sees it's like behind him and he does this really fast U-turn and walks, and the way he's talking when he does that, I watch that scene over and over and over and get the biggest kick out of it. It's so funny. And I've heard
Yep.
that the movie's really, really good. I
It
just
is
never
really good.
watched it.
It is
Oh,
really
you've
good.
seen it already.
Yep.
Okay.
But I'm
I
totally
saw
down.
it, but I forgot it.
Yeah,
I remember
I'm totally
enjoying
down.
it.
So, the year this came out, we were all at the beach, and Arturo and Aurelia went off with their cousin, and they watched this movie, while my husband and I went and watched The Lincoln Lawyer. So we went at the same time. We just split up and watched different movies. Yeah, they're clean.
Okay, you want me to empty them?
I'm live streaming right now, Arturo.
Do you want me to empty it or not?
Yes.
I am coffee.
I don't care if you're live
We'll-
streaming,
we'll have
Mom.
her off soon.
We have
We'll have
business
her off
to
soon.
attend to.
You need
This
to
is
start
very
it.
important.
We'll give her back soon, Arturo.
Okay, so Cheryl says, well, Sin has to watch Rango and the guys have to watch Over the... That's right, because I like Over the Hedge, too.
Oh, Howard the Duck. He's the only He's the only anthropomorphized
Yeah, yeah.
animal in the whole. But that's a
Yep.
good one. I would do Howard the Duck.
Oh, Howard the Duck. Are you serious?
Howard the Duck.
I definitely prefer Rango though. I don't know. Let's do
Rango or Over the Hedge. I'm fine with either of one of those. The production budget of Watership Down Netflix was £20 million.
Wow. Okay, so I was super wrong. That would be like $30 million. So for a production that big though, that's a pretty low budget.
With those
And
names
that
were
explains why the
involved.
animation sucks.
Yeah, because that's
They
where all
were
the money
paying
would
the
go.
voice actors.
Yep.
Is what they were doing.
Oh, is that what you think? You think 20 million is enough to like pull off like?
Well, I mean, James McAvoy.
20 million is enough.
Let's say the actors
they
all took
probably
$1
spent
million.
like 18 million of that on the actors. Look at all the actors, all the amazing actors they had in there. I don't know why it's showing Back to the Future for Howard the Duck.
I don't know,
but
because it's Zemeckis or something.
I guess.
I don't know, it's
but
very
yeah.
confusing.
Okay, do you want to push back on Rango?
No.
Let's do it.
So we're
Rango's
gonna
next
do-
week,
okay.
guys.
Oh, nice.
No,
Not
I love
next
the
stream,
lighting.
right?
I think
The
I think it's the
18th.
light. The lighting.
It's the lighting.
The lighting. There was the Watership had no lighting. It seemed
Yep.
everything seemed very flat, and whatever it was. But it has to change as it passes through light, right? Like that's the
Yep.
whole.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Rango next week, guys, or 2
Or
weeks from
next
now.
stream. Yeah.
Next stream.
Which you'll be here in New York.
I'll be in New York. Yep.
Oh, are you going to be hanging with Ahmed during the stream then?
Don't know.
Perhaps. Maybe
Don't know.
Maybe that's the
If he
move.
comes and hangs out at the Airbnb at that time, yeah. Or
you
vice
gotta make
versa
sure
if I
you
go
have
to
good
vice
internet
versa.
Yeah, that's what I
connection.
meant.
Okay. Now I need to go back. Cheryl was saying something. Oh, right. Real quick, the Wheel of Time. Cheryl, I have to say, as beautiful as the writing is, I was waiting and waiting for something to fucking happen for a long time. When I started that book, I was like enchanted a bit by the beginning where they're like on the river and the little girls learn, it's their first time carrying water in a bucket and she's all excited about like having this responsibility and doing cool things for her village.
Sounds
And then they go
boring.
into such detail about the little intricacies of this tiny village and all the social, all the relationships with all the villagers, and
And then they all get.
it goes on for like 20 pages. And it's just like, okay, but what is happening? And then there's this insane prologue. Okay, so this wasn't even the prologue. This is the pre-prologue where we get this world building in this little village. Then there's this 2 or 3 pages of absolute horror in the prologue, as this legendary hero finds out that he just murdered his entire family. And there's a guy kind of like making fun of him for it. And then like the next chapter, like chapter 1, there's this, I'm assuming this main character is walking with his dad and he sees a mysterious guy, and this guy disappears. And that is the most action I've gotten so far.
Oh my gosh! See,
4
that sounds
chapters
so
after
boring.
that. 4 chapters after that is just village,
He's a guy.
village, kids. The merchant
Talking
comes
about the Wheel
comes
of Time,
home.
Rosa.
The merchant comes back to the village and he's got a story. And then he doesn't even tell the whole story because the main characters are kids and they can't listen to the whole story. He goes and to talk with the adults. And they can't hear it. And it's just like, what the fuck? What is going to happen? When do things happen? Like I said, the writing is absolutely gorgeous. Like the guy is a great writer in that the way he says things is beautiful. But what the fuck? When is something going to happen? I think the last thing I remember is they met this woman who's super hot, who's new to the village. God, what happened after that? There's one more chapter that I read that I think nothing happened in.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So I'm getting frustrated with it. I'm 5 chapters in. They teased me with this horrific scene in the prologue. And I'm just like, when does something happen? So
Yeah, no mimics, no foot fetish.
Cheryl, when there no foot fetishes whatsoever in this entire fantasy novel,
Really perfectly
epic fantasy.
safe on YouTube then.
Yeah. But Cheryl, what chapter? Like, how many chapters do I have to wait until something happens? I might not keep reading though. That's the thing. How long?
Wheel of Time.
Yeah, Wheel of Time.
I know we're gonna get banned by YouTube just for.
Okay, she says stick with it. How long though? How long?
Till the end.
Till the end.
Jeff, this is one that you can't really get until you finish it.
Considering there's 14 books, books, and they're all this fucking big. And
How
it's
I feel
full.
about the Game of Thrones books.
Give it the
very
first
big.
book at least. The first book is 700 something pages
Oh, jeez.
with small type, and I got the hardcover too. You should start with the prequel, though, Crazy Diamond says. See, in order to understand why you're learning about these villagers, you have to understand what their ancestors were doing in that village and what their relationships were like.
And yeah, that's yeah, exactly.
So DCC 7 wins, someone says. Just read the Cliff Notes. Cheryl has read them all at least 3 times. Wow. Okay. I don't think it's unreasonable to want something to have happened within the first 5 chapters of the book.
Yeah, it's not unreasonable.
I feel like it's a reasonable request that if I read a book, something should happen in it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
You're asking too much. This is fine wine, Jeff. It must be sipped. It's like something Donna would say. This is fine wine, Carl.
So Cheryl asks. Cheryl asks if
one.
I read Lord of the Rings, and I did read The Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
I actually just finished The Fellowship of the Ring 2 weeks ago, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to put this down because I'm going to Jordan Con next year. I want to read book 1 of The Wheel of Time. And I figured, okay, and it's probably going to be faster than Lord of the Rings because Lord of the Rings is the OG and like where this whole like, oh, let's like as a writer talk about this world and build it out and actually like describe it and make it as beautiful as his imagination. And I think, I think that Lord of the Rings comes this short of striking the balance between like beautiful prose and enough stuff happening. I think it came that close.
It gets slower.
No, it is not. It is not slower than.
No,
it is not.
No, it gets slower.
It gets slower. It goes slower. And
no, dude. Thought it was slow
no, dude.
now.
Lord of the Rings is not as slow as Wheel of Time. It's just not like at least. With Lord of the Rings, like it does the same thing at the beginning where it's like in the village and hanging out with the village folks and like learning about their relationships. But at least you're learning about these little furry like creatures that are not humans, you know, like in Wheel of Time, they're just people. So it's just like, yeah, these fucking bums in the river,
wheeling around.
They hang out and they just, I mean, at least they're walking, Cheryl. At least they're walking. In Wheel of Time, they're just sitting in the village talking about, hey, someone came to the village. That was the huge event. Everyone's like, oh, someone's here.
Do you feel like maybe this book is a little overrated?
No, I bet.
This is an outrage, Chef. Mongo was appalled.
When do they leave the village, though, Cheryl? When do they leave the village? When do we get out of this? Yeah, see? She's like, chapter 12.
You gotta get out of the village first.
I'm gonna keep reading, but I don't know how long. That's all I'm saying. It's beautifully written, and hopefully something happens. But there is a lot of walking in Lord of the Rings.
I don't know, the monsters in the Amazon series that is like, universally hated. They were pretty nasty. The
Wheel of Time?
Yeah, the orc, whatever they were like tearing people in half. It was kind of awesome. Like they were, whatever the monsters are, the orcs. I forget what they're called. They were very impressive. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're written that impressively. I hope.
Do people read the Silmarillion? Trollocs. That's right, Trollocs. Not orcs.
Trollocs. Yeah, I can remember.
They talked about the Trollocs very briefly, with no description really. They're monsters, though. We know that.
You can't judge a series by book one.
That's a good
Bye,
point.
D. See you later.
You can't. I don't know, man. I would. Okay, so let's go to our last segment after. Sorry, I just had to vent my frustration about that book because I'm ready. I'm reading this thing, and it's, like I said, very beautiful writing, but like, man, I'm falling asleep the whole time trying to read it. Okay, here goes the JSA.
This is the JSA's press kit. They sent it to us, and so I thought I'd just give it some love.
Crazy Diamond, the stream will stay up on the channel.
Yeah, you'll be able to quote this and clip it and make fun of me at any time. So this is the JSA, and wait, so they write plays and perform them?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
that's kind of cool.
They train kids. They do like fun Jedi stuff in the fields of Pennsylvania, I presume. This one down here is where they kill you. The one with all the swords. That's the one where they
good. You kill your audience. That's very inventive. Love it. Just awesome creativity. Awesome creativity. So do we have the script?
Yeah. I'm pulling it up now. No, did I lie?
Bye, Work Galore. Thanks for coming, man. I can send it to you from my account.
No, I have it. I don't know why it won't. Hang on. No, it's not Chrome tab. It's Window. Oh, here we go. No, I just did it wrong. Okay. All right, here we go.
I guess green room, Ahmed?
Oh, sure.
Okay, here goes. Bring this into frame a little bit more. Just so that you guys don't think I'm cheating and doing my voice acting into nothing.
I want to play some bootleg music through my phone.
Okay, good.
I'm going to just make it more bootleg.
I want to try and do the Emperor. I'm going to try and narrate this as the Emperor. Emperor Palpatine.
Oh, no.
Can't find the music?
No, I could find, I'm finding too much. Oh, no, I'm trying to get...
Which one? Just get opening.
No, I found a good...
Cheryl asks, are you going to JordanCon as a fan or as a business venture? Business. But in order to not be a poser, that's the thing. I was like, okay, I was there this year. And I was like,
This is
okay,
awful.
next year I'm going to have read book 1 of The Wheel of Time before I go to JordanCon, so I actually have shit to talk to the Robert Jordan fans about. So
But if you want to really get it, you have to read all 14 books. Star
all,
Wars.
all 14 books. Here we go. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars, Rise of Darkness. The sun hides the darkness, but the darkness remains nonetheless. A conflict as old as time. For as long as history has been written, the Jedi have been the guardians of light and justice in the galaxy, seeking to use their powers to further the cause of good and beat back the creeping evil of their longtime enemy. The Sith use the Force to fulfill their personal goals, bashing aside all who would stand in their way with a swing of their mighty fist. It is inevitable, then, that the two should be locked in combat. However, things are not always so simple as they appear. The sun is bright on the galaxy now, but the darkness always waits for those that are unwary. A conflict as old as time. Oh, wait. We gotta wait for the crawl to end.
Yeah.
Just gonna wait. This is how it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, that was very
There we go.
intuitive of you. I thought the same.
A conflict as old as time. For as long as history has been written...
Oh,
chill,
wait, is it-
chill out, music. Chill
I
out,
know,
music.
hang on. The Death Star
Jesus,
is like
music.
getting destroyed or something. I don't know.
For as long
No.
as history has been written, the Jedi have protected the universe. Here we go. This is perfect.
Yeah.
However, there would not be guardians if there wasn't a threat. The Jedi and Sith enter from opposite sides of the stage. They notice each other and take fighting stances. The Sith care nothing for the good of the universe. They care only about the good of themselves, and they don't take kindly to anyone that gets in their way. Darkness meets the light, and the fight begins. Jedi and Sith start to fight. After an epic and drawn-out encounter, the Jedi utterly vanquishes the Sith with death. The Sith falls on the ground, writhing in agony. The Jedi deactivates his lightsaber, and then serenely looks down at his fallen opponent. The battle is over. It could only ever end one way. The light has overcome the darkness, and all is peace. The Jedi starts to walk away, but the Sith reaches for him from the ground. No! The fallen Sith snarls. I hate! But he falls, one with the Force. Sith falls back dead. The Jedi leaves the stage. It is quiet, but as the Jedi leaves, shadows rise to replace them. Enter the witch doing witchy things. The darkness has been left unchecked, and its hatred calls to others who feel hatred themselves, and such great wrath cannot be allowed to lie so still. The shadows writhe, the universe recoils, and darkness is reborn with ultimate power. The witch resurrects the Sith, both posture a bit, and might fight if they've got one. What? The light has begun to dim, and now the darkness rushes after it, ready to destroy anything that dares to keep it in check. Sith and witch race off the stage in the direction the Jedi went. Enter Jedi, doing Jedi things. The Jedi go about their business, unknowing that twilight is rushing down upon them. Enter all Sith. Jedi are surprised. Everyone takes battle stances. The battle begins! All Jedi/Sith fights go off here, with the head Sith winning all his fights until only the first Jedi and head Sith are left standing. The Jedi is surprised.
What's happening?
The Jedi is surprised, but darkness is darkness, and a Jedi fears it not. If an old threat will show its head again, it will be met. It will be met unflinchingly. Head Sith versus First Jedi, and the First Jedi runs him through after rehashing combat. And so it ends, the Jedi declares. You are dead! But it is not so simple. As the Sith pulls themselves up the Jedi's blade, the light shrinks. For what treachery is this? You cannot kill what is already dead, the Sith whispers, and then the light is snuffed out. Sith kills the Jedi, then stands and looks across the crowd. The Jedi have fallen, the sun has set, and now darkness reigns. Look out, light, living. What?
Look out,
The
light.
darkness. Oh, look at light, living. Look out, light,
Look out.
living. I don't know how to deliver that line. The darkness has made a mockery of you, and now it will make you dead. The Sith leaps into the crowd, laughing maniacally and chasing people who are just running through the crowd in an eerie manner. Music swells as all make their way back to the stage. Thank you. We are the Central PA Jedi Sith Alliance. We hope you've enjoyed our production. We are a non-profit lightsaber choreography group in the heart of Pennsylvania. We have more shows at Coney Island and Worlds of Fun and Six Flags. Please stop by our table and talk with us. We're always happy to see you and answer questions. Thank you to
Soundbooth Theater.
Soundbooth Theater Live for having us. And as always, may the Force be with you. In case you guys didn't know, everyone from Pennsylvania has an English accent for some reason. It's just, their culture.
All right, guys, we
did it.
officially canceled. Well done.
Okay, so
Well
that's
done.
so that is the script for your show, and basically, all that stuff is basically just fun dressing for you guys fighting with the lightsabers and LARPing. I thought it was pretty cool for what it is.
You did a really good Ewan McGregor.
Palpatine?
No, your
Oh,
Ewan
Ewan
was
McGregor.
way better than your Palpatine. You were the one to save us. You did.
How could you?
Yeah, that was very good. Very good, Ewan McGregor.
Yeah,
Unexpected.
yeah. My Palpatines are. It's just old, crusty sounding guy.
Yeah.
You should play. I thought I heard the Ewok theme in there.
I don't know what I played. I mean, it's no. Is that Ewoks or Jawa?
No, that's the Ewoks. That's the Ewoks.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure. Isn't it?
I don't know what I played. It was just some random John Williams stuff. It all sounds great, and it all has
All of it does. yeah.
it all has everything, so it's easy to fit. It's a lot of
Oh,
changes,
gosh.
a lot of.
They were the worst part about that movie.
I love the Ewoks.
Oh my goodness.
I love anything that Jim Henson has to do with.
Ewoks are. I don't know. I mean, Star Wars.
They took away from the seriousness of the storyline.
How?
But Star
In what
Wars
way
also
was that
was always-
storyline? Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's all
the
fantasy.
whole thing with Luke and his father. I don't know. It just came across as way too childish.
it was a kid, isn't it? They were kids' movies.
Yeah.
Like
They
there
were
was
They're
for
no.
kids'
adults too.
Yeah, but they were. I think they were kids. They were supposed to be kids' movies, right? Or made for
They're
kids.
kids' movies.
They're just really good made
Star
for kids.
Wars.
movies.
I don't know about
They're
that.
just
I don't-
really, they're just really good made for kids
They
movies.
appeal to both, and I don't think they were. I don't feel like George Lucas made that with the idea that this was going to be something.
Yeah,
totally
but who cares
marketed
what
to,
he
like,
thinks?
children.
Like he's that dude.
never
That
came
dude.
across
That
to me
dude's
as a-
very delusional.
It never came across to me as a kids movie.
100%. Like that's
Yeah,
that's-
Benjamin, we have our Star Wars. We have a science fiction series called
Earth Force.
Earth Force. And
Yeah.
that's like our
Pretty much
Star
the same thing.
Wars. Jeff, you're underselling it. It's exactly the same thing. Oh yeah,
Hello
your
there.
best. Yeah, I'm sorry, I cut you off again.
No. Someone asked me to do a
No,
hello
I know.
there.
I cut you
best
off
hello
though.
there.
I talked over it.
Nice. So that's our Star Wars segment. We'll do more if you guys win it in the troll poll.
Yeah, send us your submissions.
we
I'm
need
gonna
more.
Put up I'll put
Yeah,
up a poll so
it
you
doesn't
guys
have
can
to be a
comment on it.
binary choice either. We're gonna put up
Just
plenty of
send and you
nominations.
send it to the Soundbooth Theater Live Gmail. You know, like the one that's listed in the original instructions, and I'll put up new instructions for this one around.
I think he might
and
have,
I'll
Richard.
include. I'll
Yeah,
include
no,
one of the.
maybe he.
What?
I
He now-
thought
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Star Wars Padawan.
Doggone, we should have had Gary on.
We should have.
Doggone, we should have had Gary on.
You guys
the
totally
song.
need to watch his Instagram videos. They are hilarious.
Dude,
Seriously.
please subscribe to Gary Furlong on YouTube, on Instagram,
On
anywhere.
Instagram, TikTok.
Is he on YouTube?
He's on YouTube.
Gary is on YouTube.
Hello there. Sorry,
I guess I didn't know that. He's on TikTok and Instagram.
it is an Obi-Wan book.
Oh, he probably does a great Obi-Wan. Forget about it, right?
Oh yeah.
I found him. Oh, I was already subscribed. He doesn't post that often.
Are you talking about Instagram or YouTube?
No,
YouTube.
on YouTube.
He's on YouTube.
Well, are you on my account? Are you on the Soundbooth Theater account?
Oh, I am.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh, that is why.
What is it? Just Gary Furlong? His name?
Yeah, Gary Furlong, voice actor. Gary Furlong, voice actor.
Let me see if I'm already subbed to him as well.
That makes perfect
which
sense.
is
Why? No,
entirely
I'm not
possible.
subbed, and I'm.
He's
subbing
he's
him now.
mainly got shorts, but he streams on there too.
Yeah, because he does shorts on TikTok, and then they go over to Instagram as well. And they're really funny. Oh no, I'm not subscribed. Oh, okay. I'm gonna sub now.
Yeah, sub to him. Sub to
Okay.
Gary Furlong, voice actor. Everyone
Cheryl's
do
asking
it.
for a link.
doing
The
it,
link
I'm
to the
doing it.
YouTube one or to his Instagram. He's also on Instagram. I can't post a link here. It won't let me. Like I can't respond. If I respond, it's just going to go to where the other places I'm streaming. There you go.
Gary.
That was for the YouTube. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Voice
YouTube. I was gonna.
actor.
Here's the YouTube link if you don't have it, Jeff. But find him on Instagram. His shorts are so funny. He has these a lot of outtake. They might go over to.
Oh, he has a lot of them. Wow. Cool. Yeah, no, I'm on. I'm
Oh
with
yeah,
him now.
I think they probably transfer over also to YouTube. Maybe the very same things, but
Yeah,
he
but
posts all
now I
sorts
got
of
him on
blooper
both.
stuff. So funny. He's so funny.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Gary is a treasure.
It
I
was
can't-
so great to finally get to meet him last year.
Oh man. Is he gonna be in Vegas this year?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I would love it if he could come back out again, but I don't know if he's coming. He was a lot of fun. We would swap keto snacks.
That's funny.
And then I don't know if you guys have seen my vlog, but I got a video. Remember when we had the party for Harmon? And Gary was eyeballing that cake so hard. And he was saying something like, don't judge me, Sin. Because he broke down and he had some cake. He was lusting after that cake really
Let's
bad.
see who gets the ketosis first. Let's race.
Well, he would not have by eating that cake.
All right. Well, I think that's. I've started to feel like YouTube and Instagram are the TikTok filter. Oh, I see. That's a good way to think about it, Cheryl, for sure. I don't know. I guess it depends. You choose your poison, right? It's all social media. You just kind of pick the one that you prefer, whether you're a doom scroller or or like a video watcher or.
I definitely prefer YouTube, but some of their restrictions and censorship.
Oh, okay.
What?
Real quick, guys. Okay, so I just recognized Girl Renaissance. She was at A&D Con this year. I was at A&D Con, and she had this tragic story. So her son, I think he's a Marine. I can't remember exactly. He's a Coastie. Of course, he's a Coast Guard, and he had some illness, and they wouldn't let him go. They wouldn't. They were keeping him hospitalized, and they wouldn't discharge him. It was some kind of condition. I apologize if I'm forgetting the details. And so, like, I think that they were saying they were getting a lawyer to get him out of there, and she just said, "Oh, hey, he got out. He made it home." So that's awesome. Yeah. Really weird, really crazy story. Like, nuts how that guy was treated. Anyway, congratulations. I'm glad he's home. Yeah, I guess anything else, guys? We need to post that poll tomorrow, I guess, in the Facebook group.
Yeah, I'll post it. Oh, yeah, I'll post it in the Facebook and I'll post it tomorrow. And then I'll post that first entry that we got. We got one this week. Some
Awesome. All right,
writer.
guys, voting happened, and suggest some other requests. Request more stuff. And next time we'll have, maybe we can do 2, like our top 2.
If
on
the
troll
list
poll
is
next
bigger,
time.
if the list is bigger, then we'll do more than one. But I'd like to kind of keep it that way, just to keep the poll going, because for that we just do whatever. You suggest 5, we just do them all, right? Like there's no necessity for a poll if there isn't. I don't know. I guess we could do more than one, of course.
Okay.
But also, this got us to 9:40, so
A
there's
lot of it
also
depends
that.
on how long we talk
8:40.
about a movie, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the movie segment, we need to be more organized and just, maybe I need to like write down all the things I want to talk about.
I take
while
notes
I'm
to
reading.
try to keep
Yeah.
myself. But you know how discussions go. We get ourselves sidetracked a little. It just
we
kinda
start talking about
happens.
other movies. And,
Yeah.
They couldn't let him in and they couldn't let him out, is what she said. Just really weird situation.
It is weird.
But anyway, well, this has been a fun show. I'm glad we watched Watership Down. It's a good movie. Everyone skip the Netflix version. It's not bad. It's just not as good. And yeah, that's it. Anybody else got anything?
Let me do this.
No.
Oh, we need the outro music.
The
Do
little
you,
jingle.
do you guys hear it? Do you guys hear
Yeah.
it?
Yep, I hear it.
Oh, okay.
So you guys have been fantastic. SBT charity donations.
Request sound
I like
bites
this.
for ringtones for X price. All proceeds get donated to charity.
Oh, okay. Kind of like what we did with the Wonder.
Like a charity drive, kind of. I don't know. Sounds like a good idea. Thank you guys for coming. This has been Soundbooth Theater Live.